I may have defeated him, Paul.
Oh,
Ricky, who had been getting into our trash, my neighbor,
they're like,
sent me a video. He said, "Is this the fat blank that's been getting into your trash?" And it was a raccoon
right.
on top of his trash can, just going to
Mm-hmm.
town.
And
I
did
did
someone
offer
do
to.
something bad to an animal?
Stay up all night with him drinking beers in lawn chairs, if he would like. But I said, "Good luck." I said, "A bungee cord, a weight, and some deer repellent spray appears to have done the trick for now."
Someday I'll tell you the raccoon stories I have from one of our previous homes where our neighbors were feeding them every night. And so
Wow.
these animals, yeah. But one night we were in like a hammock in our backyard, and my
Mm-hmm.
wife had a tug of war with a raccoon over her sweater, which it had used its little hands to pull the sweater off the thing. So they were both like going back and forth.
That is.
My wife does not like animals in the yard. She likes them to be out in the woods somewhere.
I don't mind them if they're in the yard. The trash is a whole different thing, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we solved that problem in Dedham by just getting lockable trash cans, and then where we live now, we have to keep our trash inside the garage, so
Hmm.
no issues. Well, not that many raccoons. I think I don't know if I mentioned this. I sometime in the past month, I actually saw a raccoon for the first time since we moved, and we live in an area of great wildlife. Like we have bald eagles and you know all kinds of hawks and birds and deer and rabbits and everything else. But I saw one run across the road, and I'm like, man, I don't think I've seen one of those things here.
Yeah. Well, apparently, if you threaten to spend $70 billion, you get access to a campaign a week early. Worth it.
I don't. So I've been thinking about this. It's very clear
Hold on,
that
we
this
should probably
game is going
qualify
to.
what we're even the hell we were talking about.
Oh,
Because
right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, if you pre-order it and you're on Xbox, you can get access to the campaign 1 week early.
Yeah. Which, by the way, solves a problem, right? When these games come out, it's like, well, what do I do? And I used to always start with a campaign, and then it was actually Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4. No, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare,
Mm-hmm.
where I realized I had screwed up. That was the game that got really complex with all the loadouts and everything. And by the time I got into multiplayer, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, and everyone was super powerful. And so I do multiplayer first. But actually, I kind of like this 1 week, bye week kind of thing. Like, or this, just get it out of the way, because it will make me play it.
Which really just kind of feeds into, like, what is a launch date anymore? Because
They're using the Windows 11 schedule format, obviously, rolling thunder, or whatever you want to call it.
Rolling Thunder.
But the thing about Call of Duty is like it's declined in recent years. It's still like the biggest shooter in the world, apparently, blah, 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 whatever. But like that last game did not do well. And there's a lot riding on this. I think this game is going to do great. I think the Warzone experience is going to be key as well, keeping people happy for the next year. I just don't know what happened. Well, we know there's no game coming next year, right?
Right.
So there's a lot riding on this. I mean, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of interesting. And they clearly want to get a bunch of people on this thing because you're going to be riding it for the next 2 years.
Yeah. They've clearly got a plan or something that
Yeah.
is going to change the model from what we've had for the past 15 years.
Well, not exact. I say I'm not going to remember this, but Call of Duty DLC basically became free at one point. Remember before they used to have
Mm-hmm.
the game was $60, and then there was a separate $60 season pass or something,
Yep.
and that gave you whatever the 4 DLCs were going to be over the course of the year. Because it's a 2 year span now. Well, they first of all they stopped doing that, and then now the price is $70, like you said. And my understanding is they're going to kind of go back to a premium DLC model where you'll pay as you go, I guess. And I don't know if there'll be a pass or how they're going to do it exactly, but
Yeah, that'll be interesting for me because I don't really care about the multi. The only reason I play multiplayer on any of the games anymore is to level up the weapons to go play in Warzone. So if they put some weapon behind like a paid DLC next year, I guess that's how they'll get me. But
I don't. Yeah, I can't explain this because I really just don't understand it. But there were in previous games there were these systems where you could, I think it's what you're describing. You could either pay or just play a lot and kind of get the weapon upgrades or whatever. And it was like I just, geez, can I just play the game for crying out loud? Like I don't understand it. But I hope this one works out because man, I'm stuck on 2018 here when it comes to Call of Duty, and I would have looked forward to like Modern Warfare 2 remastered multiplayer would have been great. They never did that. They only did the campaign, remember? And then Modern Warfare 3 remastered would be nice. That would solve a problem for a few months. But really, I want this game to work. I want a modern, beautiful looking, Call of Duty that I can actually play. And it's, I go back to
Warzone's
Vanguard
it for me.
sometimes.
So,
Yeah, no, I wish I could get into it. I'll try. I guess I'll try again.
well,
Do
the,
you know
pro- the
anything? Well,
Warzone
we don't
only
know it.
works though if you have a group. Like playing Warzone solo
Yeah,
is
it's
not
not great.
is not great. Like the
Call
whole
of Duty
yeah.
doesn't lend itself to team play. I just want to be clear about that. A lot of undermining of your teammates in multiplayer.
Oh
in
yeah,
traditional
even in
multiplayer.
Warzone, like we crash a lot of choppers into very hard objects trying to do very dumb stuff,
Yeah,
and we all
yeah.
die. Why'd you laugh? That's the sort of.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yep.
I appreciate
Anybody
you
who's using WhatsApp, there's now a better app for the PC that allows you to use it pretty much whole hog at this point. So that's a big deal for a lot of people, primarily, I think, people who live outside the U.S.
Yeah, WhatsApp is the biggest thing in the world in Mexico. It is the only way people communicate with
It
each
was
other.
in
You
Punta
can,
Cana as well.
yeah, it's there are things here. This is a hard thing for Americans to even understand, but you'll go to a doctor here, they'll give you their WhatsApp number. You can just text the guy all the time. Like this is how it works here. If WhatsApp did MMS, SMS, whatever, I would probably just use that 100% of the time because it would just make life easier. I'm actually kind of confused they don't do that. But you walk around Mexico, even just casually walking around, look, you kind of look at what people are doing on their phones or whatever. It's WhatsApp, like almost 100% of the time it's WhatsApp.
It's kind of like metric and imperial, right? The whole world is on WhatsApp, but we Americans are on Imperial, which is iMessage.
Did you ever see the movie Super Troopers 2?
Super Troopers 2. I saw Super Troopers. I haven't seen the
So
second
Super
one.
Troopers was a classic. The second one's excellent too. But there's a great scene where it's a Canada/America thing where they go back and forth, and one of the Americans don't know anything about the rest of the world, obviously, and it's like, how do you do the conversion of like into Fahrenheit? And he goes, oh, it's really easy, and he just explains the math, and then he goes, and then you learn the metric system like the rest of the freaking planet. It's beautiful. But yeah, that's where. Sorry, world. We tried. Did you do this when I was a kid? They handed out rulers. It had centimeters and inches on it. The idea was we're switching to the metric system. It was like in the 70s. Like you need to learn this, And we're like, okay. And then I don't know if you've been paying attention. Well, I guess you have. You just said it. We still have not switched.
Yeah. Yep. Here we are. You're flying home tomorrow, so no podcast tomorrow.
Yep. Yeah. Hopefully Friday will be as normal-ish as it can be. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be well rested and in a great mood. So what could go wrong? Oh boy.